Morning, everybody. It's a Sunday morning. It's cold out. Got the rescue Tercel in the garage. I know, I've made a video in a while. So I am actually going to be installing my extra Inclometer in the car today. Is this. I have one in my 83, and these cars, they only put Inclometers in them in 83 and 84, so they'll have even if a car didn't come with one in 83 or 84, it still has the harness rolled up under the dash. So it was real easy for me to put one in my other car. This car is newer than an 83 or an 84, so it does not have the harness in it. So I have to hand wire ground, ignition 12 volt for the lights. Well, not ignition. Yeah, I guess it would be like ignition. I don't know. It needs 12 volt from the light switch to light up the backlighting, and then I'll have to run a wire to the four-wheel drive light because that also has a four-wheel drive light in it. And I want to say that's it. There's power, ground. Yeah, I think it's main power, ground, and then you got a power for each light. Yeah, that's all it is. Which I think these bottom two are just your constant 12 volt or ignition 12 volt, and then one of these is for the backlights, one of these is for the light. I'll have to double check which ones are which, but yeah, so I gotta wire all that up, probably just two-way tape it to the dash. And my 83, the red car, has the exact color cover on it that matches this interior, so I'm actually going to take the cover off of that car and put it on this car. I got another one I got that I can just throw in my other car for now, because I'm going to try to repair one. It's like a big crack in it, so I'm going to try to like fill it in with like Bondo or something, see how that works. I've seen people do it with like expanding foam and all this, so I'm going to give it a try, but not today. So I just for now want to get that one hooked up and put in the car before I go to Michigan, just because why not. So yeah, Michigan, a couple more weeks, end of the month, beginning of the year, whatever you want to call it. 4A swap. She's lurking, getting buried alive. Oh man. Oh, look at all that horsepower just sitting there. Not really. So yeah, videos on that are coming soon. So yeah, I guess let's go ahead and get cranking on putting this Inclometer in. Alright, so I went ahead and Googled it to be 100% sure, because I just didn't want to mess anything up, because there's a little bit of a circuit board in here. So you got two grounds and two powers, of course. I just wanted to make sure which colors were which grounds. So it is the white with the black stripe is a ground, and the black, solid black, is a ground. So I just twisted those together and hooked them up to the battery. I went ahead and threw some LEDs in here so it's nice and bright. So I want to go ahead and make sure it all works. And so there's the back light. There's the four-wheel drive light. Cool. So now that we know it's working like it's supposed to, I just got to remember that the red wire with the white stripe is the four-wheel drive light. So I need to hook that up to the additional four-wheel drive light that's in the gauge cluster. And then the solid red is backlight, so I need to take a test light and figure out which wire under the dash gets 12 volt when I turn the parking lights on. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on that now. Alrighty, so I have no idea if any of these are even the headlight switch. I really don't want to tear all this apart, so I'm just going to do it the wrong way. Get us a ground here and probably just start poking and probing until I get something that works here. It's not like it's gonna hurt it. If I can just get a ground. That's the other fun part. No, let's just put stuff. I don't think it's any of those. Maybe it's some of these wire nuts. Those are nice. Perfect. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing ripped off of here. Where my screwdriver is. There's that out of the way. Now, one of these is for a four-wheel drive light. I might as well figure out which one that is now. Alright, so I've been picking away. I couldn't find a parking light 12 volt when you flip the switch on under the dash, so I ended up pulling the cluster out and spliced it into the harness that goes into the cluster, because I did find one that works. This is the four-wheel drive one. Now this is definitely not the right way to wire it. I'm kind of just shoving the wire in there and bending it. So I did on the other car and it works fine, because I don't really want to split the factory harness and splice it in. And then I ran a ground down here, right there on that bracket, since there was already a hole there. And I went ahead and spliced the wires back into the factory pins from the original plug and snapped the pins back in place. So I should just be able to plug it right in now, and it works. So I'm going to go ahead and get this cluster back in, get this plug back in, and then we'll plug that in and see what happens. Oh, all right. Get this bad unit back together. It's easy, it just had the plug, so that was nice. Need more wire strip froster. Make sure the full drive light works. That works. Alright. Get this plugged in real quick. See what happens. Alright. I'll aim it towards you guys. Hopefully that's good. Key on. On backwards. Oh my goodness. Must be the wrong pin. Alright, so this is a little weird, but it turns out that the four-wheel drive light is a ground controlled switch, so you have to have constant power to the light with a ground switch. So I ended up having to plumb power in on the other side of this plug. I don't know if I can get a picture or video. It's over there. I found constant 12 volt there, and then that pin up top is for the well, I gotta cut that piece of wire off, but that is the ground switch. So now when I turn the lights on, we got lightage, and then four-wheel drive that comes on with the other four-wheel drive light. So that confused me a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. Gotta love the green lights. I don't know why. I dig them. Pretty sweet, especially with the LEDs. Had to match those with those. So there she is, all installed, minus the factory. Oh, gotta turn the light off. Minus factory metal bracket. I did not have one of those, so right now there's just some tape holding it down, so it's kind of wobbly. Not a big deal. I'm sure I can find one of those, and if not, I'll just make one. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. Had a bit of trouble, but you'll have it on them big jobs. Anyways, I appreciate you watching the Inclometer video. It's not the greatest, but whatever. You know what? That's how I am on my channel. I make terrible videos, and then I make more terrible videos. So it is what it is. So yeah, 2 more weeks. I'll be going to Michigan and going to be doing the 4A swap on this car with Luke, aka Bearded Wrencher. That's his YouTube channel if you want to watch it. We're going to be making a few videos on the swap and yada yada yada. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this car until New Year's weekend. And I wanted to run something by anybody that likes to watch my videos. This is my 88 SM Blazer. I've never made a video on it. Really, I never drive it. But this winter, it's a winter project. I'm more than likely going to be pulling the engine out of this thing because manifold studs are broke and it leaks really bad. Plus, it needs valve stem seals really bad. And honestly, I'm probably going to just want to pull the heads out of it, get them all redone anyway. So I'm thinking it's just going to be easier to pull the engine out of it, put it on a stand so I can go through all the gaskets and seals. So that's going to be something I do this winter. If anybody is interested in me making some videos on working on this, it's got a 2.8 woohoo big horsepower. But yeah, I don't know, put it down there in a drama box if you want me to make some videos on this thing this winter. I'll do my best. I mean, it'll be the first time I pulled an engine out of an S10 Blazer that's a 2.8, not a 4.3, a 2.8. Should be easier, but I can make the videos. Will they be great? Probably not, but I'll make them if you want them. So comment below if you want to see videos of this thing. Why not? So cool. I guess until the next video, peace.